What's up, YouTube? This is Josh Reese, a fourth-year optometry student at the Arizona College of Optometry, and I'm getting ready for part two. I'm right outside the testing center. I'm a little bit late because I just was late this morning, but I still have enough time to get in there. I just want you to have my raw reaction to how part two went. I'm a little nervous because I didn't study as much as I want to, but word on the street says that part two is straightforward. If you are doing well in clinic, you should do well on the test. So I'm not freaking myself too much out that I didn't get through any of my study materials, but wish me luck and we'll see how it goes. All right, halfway through. Honestly, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Now, I feel like everyone has told me that, and I didn't believe it, and I psyched myself up, and I was like, I need to study this more, I need to study that more, and like, it has been very straightforward. Like, I don't know, like, most are way easier than the cases I have each day, like in the clinic. So it's, I don't know, I think all the cases are very straightforward. It's just like, you still need to know all the cases. Like, the specialties are all in there, I finished with a lot of time left. Like, I kind of sat there and I was like, I can't make any better guesses on a lot of these things. So you definitely have enough time. I didn't feel too rushed. Now then again, I do skip over a lot of stuff and like go back and forth between what the questions are and the like case presentation. So I feel like, if you took time to read every single word and stuff, you probably still would be struggling for time. But just the way that I do it is I read the question first and then go into the case and look for the confirming stuff. And it's been fine. Like, honestly, I'm not nervous for the second half. Now, maybe, the second half will come back and bite me, but it's been okay. Now, I can't talk about the specific cases on it. I can't tell you what's in there, but it's, I think I wish I still would have studied up more on the, like, more specialty cases, we know there's sections, like low vision's a section, binocular vision's a section, some of those specialty sections I do wish I would have gone over more, and like the treatments and the managements of some of those conditions. But I think it'll be okay. Like, I think it will be okay. Now, there's still like 20% of questions that I have marked, and so I might miss questions I'm not thinking I miss, and I might miss those marked questions. And so I still think not that passing's 100% guaranteed, but I think I'm doing about what I thought I'd do. It's not that I know everything, but I'm doing about what I thought I'd do. So yeah, my preparation has been, I read through an old KMK book and went through all of those materials. And then I went through Castillo. I didn't go through the book, I just went through the practice problems. So it's basically, I did the practice problems in Castillo and the practice problems in KMK. And so that's gotten me this far. And I think a big thing that's helped is I had my disease rotation first. So I've already gotten a lot of exposure with disease, and in my opinion, some of the disease questions were the easiest ones to answer, but that might be because I have had experience in my disease rotation already. But, all right, let me eat my lunch, listen to some music, and then I got about 40 more minutes before I got to head back in. All right, I'm back in my car, and the last part of the exam was harder. My words did come back and bite me. The first part of the exam, I took about a little more than half the time to do it. And then the second half of the exam, I only had about 30 minutes left of it when I finished. And so I was able to go a lot faster the first half. I don't know if I was just tired or it was harder, but I did feel like the last half took longer and was maybe a little bit more challenging. I think a lot of the cases are random that you get, or at least like, you know, yours is not going to be the same as mine. But I really did have a couple in the second half where I said, ooh, I did not study this enough, and I did not know the right answer for like all 5 questions about the case. And so, you know, that only happened like 1 or 2 times. So I still think I have a good chance of passing, you know, overall, and even in that second half too. It was just a little bit harder than the first time. So, I mean, that was part 2. It wasn't, okay, after going through part 1, part 2 felt like a breeze. Like, I could take that test again. Like, I don't feel as burnt out as part 1. It didn't take as long. A lot of it, you know, like I said before, was kind of just stuff you do all day in clinic. And so, yeah, it wouldn't be bad. You know, I had a couple of friends who had failed part 2, but just failed like the TMOD portion of it, the treatment of ocular diseases portion of it. So they had to retake a smaller exam later, and they said that wasn't bad either. So honestly, I think I passed. I feel okay about it, but if I didn't, I could take that exam again. You know, I'm just getting better as an optometrist. You know, daily life is enough to just study for that guy. Now maybe I'll study a couple of the conditions better than I did before this one, but it felt okay. And so, you know, that was part 2. If you have any questions about taking part 2, or if you have any experiences of your own, just put them down in the chat, put them down in the comments. And I hope this video was helpful to some of y'all. Let's go celebrate. Bye.